Formation of relative clauses. We have already completed noun clause, and also we have discussed something related about an adjective clause. Now our discussion how to form a relative clause for complex sentence. Do you feel any problem how to form a complex sentence? By changing one sentence as a relative clause for it. The work to change the sentence as a relative clause is very easy if you follow some steps. If you attentively watch the video, it will make this lesson very easy, and you will never forget how to form a relative clause for complex sentence. Our sentence is: the children who are playing here live in this locality. It is a complex sentence. In the complex sentence, the main clause is the children live in this locality. The subordinate clause or a relative clause or adjective clause is who are playing here. So who is relative pronoun. It is the substitution of the children. And now you can transfer the relative pronoun who for its substitution the children, or its pronoun form is they. Now you read the sentence: the children live in this locality. This is the first sentence. The second sentence, using the pronoun instead of a relative pronoun who, they are playing here. You mark both sentences. You can easily know how they come to a combination form, a joining form. So the children, they, both are the same noun phase. So the pronoun was changed to who or substitute the pronoun for a relative pronoun. This is the way we can make a relative clause for the complex sentence. Now we discuss clearly. Now we discuss in a detailed way. We discuss how we form. We discuss it in detail. By breaking the complex sentence, we found two sentences. Also they are simple sentences, independent clauses. How they transfer to complex sentence, you attentively mark what I do. First, identify say noun phrase in both sentences. The same noun phrase, the children and they. In second step, substitute one noun phrase for a relative pronoun. So they, its relative pronoun is who. Substitute one NP to relative pronoun. So here is the relative pronoun who. We know for people the relative pronoun who, whom or that. For things, which and that. For possessive case, we use whose. For person and of which. For things, these are the relative pronouns we used for noun phrase. So second step, substitute the pronoun, the noun phrase to relative pronoun. Substitute to who. Third step, place the relative pronoun. RP means relative pronoun. Relative pronoun in the beginning of the some sentence. Beginning of the sentence. So I omit or dropped the pronoun and used its substitution, that is a relative pronoun. In fourth step, a relative clause is ready. to use, to place. Now relative clause is ready. What is our relative clause? Who are playing here. In step 5, put it immediately. Put it immediately. After the same NP, that is same NP, the children, it is also called antecedent because it is present before a relative pronoun. So now our sentence is children who are playing here live in this locality. This is the trick. You follow some steps. This is the flow chart. You follow the steps, and if you follow the steps, you will read the conclusion. Your complex sentence, you find your complex sentence. This is the system. We will take some more examples to form complex sentence making one relative clause. Father bought the pen. I am writing with it. Now we join both sentences making a complex sentence. For making complex sentence, we follow the steps. We should follow the steps. First, identify same noun phrase in both sentences. The pen, it, I underlined. They are same noun phrase, both sentence. Second step, change or substitute. Substitute the pronoun. Substitute the pronoun to relative pronoun. Pro means pronoun. So relative pronoun for it is which. In third step, place the relative pronoun beginning of the sentence. Place the relative pronoun beginning of the sentence. Now my sentence is which I am writing, and I dropped the pronoun. Rewrite the sentence with relative pronoun which. And this is the relative clause. The relative clause is which I am writing with. In step 5, place it immediately. After its antecedent dent or a noun phrase. This is called antecedent, unchanged noun phrase, which is before relative pronoun. The noun phrase before relative pronoun is called antecedent. The noun phrase before relative pronoun is called antecedent. Now I place there. My father bought the pen which I am writing with. My complex sentence. My father bought the pen which I am writing with. This is our complex sentence. You also mark another thing. The relative pronoun is object relative pronoun. Why we say it object relative pronoun? As after which you find the subject I of the relative clause. When the subject I is present in the relative clause, so which comes from object position. So it is object relative pronoun. Very easy to understand. If you find subject after a relative pronoun of a relative clause, the relative pronoun itself object relative pronoun. Another two sentences. The boy is my friend. He gives me books. First step, identify same noun phrase in both sentences. The boy, he, same noun phrase. Change or substitute one noun phrase to relative pronoun. I change he to relative pronoun as it is person, the relative pronoun is who. You omit the relative pronoun, place the relative pronoun beginning of the sentence. Also, it is beginning of the sentence. Who gives me books? This is a relative clause. Step 4. And I write it immediately after its antecedent the boy. Our complex sentence, you mark the boy who gives me books is my friend. You mark another thing, whether the relative pronoun is subject relative pronoun or object relative pronoun. This is the relative pronoun. After a relative pronoun there is a verb, so it is a subject relative pronoun. Who is subject relative pronoun. Our former sentence, the pen which I am writing, here is the relative pronoun which. So which is subject or object? It is object relative pronoun. So the relative clause rule says the object relative pronoun can be omitted or can be dropped. The object relative pronoun, it is object relative pronoun, can be dropped. When the relative pronoun is dropped, it is called a zero relative pronoun, and the clause is called zero relative clause. So we learn there is another rule, what we called zero relative. When the relative pronoun is dropped, it is called zero relative, and the clause is called zero relative clause. Now the changed sentence is, my father bought the pen I am writing with. Also in the way we can write. Another possibility is here. My father bought the pen I am writing with. It is also correct. You watched the video. If you like, you can subscribe the channel. As a result, every new uploads you can find easily. In our next class, I will come with some questions to test our knowledge about relative clause. Thanks.